Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. I'm Jackie and I create mosaics using sea glass, and today I'm going to talk to you about making silhouettes. So a few of the silhouettes that I've made, I'm going to show you a few of them here today. There's this one. I call this one Jump for Joy, and the reason why the silhouettes tend to come out good if you use brown sea glass in the area of silhouettes. And then the second one that I've done that I'm going to talk to you today is this one. I call this one Once in a Blue Moon. And then I've also done this one, which is an eagle in a tree. And they're all silhouettes that, if you use the brown sea glass, it really outlines very clearly what the background silhouette is. And part of the reason why I like silhouettes is that it reminds me of that time of the day when the sun is setting, and different times I've noticed when I tried to take a picture and there's the sun is setting in the background, anything in the foreground tends to come up as black or as a silhouette, and I really love that. It is one of my favorite times of day, and so that's a big part of the reason why I'm really drawn to creating silhouettes in my sea glass mosaics. So I call this one Jump for Joy, and it's inspired by this picture of my niece jumping at the edge of the water. So I just did a simple line drawing of the silhouette, and you can see it's easy to create a silhouette using brown sea glass. And I used some green for the grass and white for the sky, and I made a couple of lines with pebbles that I ran out onto the frame as well. And here's some detail of the sun. And I used a few blue to make a bird. And just a few extra details with some extra sea glass and shell on top. So I call this one Once in a Blue Moon. And this one was really inspired by this piece of blue that my mom had found at the beach last summer. And I just really wanted to make a piece to showcase it. So I drew a little outline for a silhouette, created the silhouette with brown sea glass so it shows somebody looking up at the piece of sea glass that you would find once in a blue moon. And green for the grass, white for the sky again. And the blue sea glass piece up in the sky really stands out when the sun is shining behind it. Just added a few details with some footprints in the sand that kind of look like paw prints. And a few little details of rocks off to one side. So I call this one Eagle in a Tree. And again, I just have a simple line drawing of an eagle and the outline of the tree. And you use that as a pattern to put all the brown sea glass down. And brown sea glass does a good job of creating an eagle. And then I used a few special pieces to create a little highlight of a bird in the sky. And I used pebbles for this inukshuk, just something a little different. I often use sea glass. So you can see with how the brown, some of those big pieces of brown create wonderful knots in the tree. Thanks for joining me today as I've talked about my silhouette sea glass mosaics. And I do have another one that I'm going to show you, and I'll get to that one in part 2. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them and I'll get back to you on them. And subscribe to my YouTube channel to see all my future videos. And you can check out my website at jackietrimperseaglass.com.